Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is probably going to be my first video that I'm actually talking. So today I decided to address the issue of ages because a lot of people have been asking me questions on how to grow edges. You know, so many people have really asked me this question. So even though this is my really kind of first video, I'm just gonna start with edges. Next time I'm going to give you guys my tips that have helped me grow my hair over a long time. So let me just get to it. And everything I'm going to talk about here is based on my personal experience. Backstory. Have I ever lost my edges? I mean, had my edge broken or something like that? Yes, twice. So the first time it happened when I was in high school. So, you know, back those days, we used to be told, there was this notion that if you wanted your hair to grow long, make a tight hairstyle so that the hair can grow. At night, you use the threading method to braid your hair so tight, but we were using thread. I did that. Over a period of time, all my edges were broken. I remember a girl in high school asking me, what happened to your hair? It was looking bad. At some point, and it was not even long hair. It was just, I believe my hair was just like this size. It was not long at all. I never grew hair when I was in high school until I finished high school. Because I couldn't afford to take care of hair. So even if, you know, in my high school we had a blow dryer where we could blow dry our hair and things like that. So I could have access to the blow dryer when I'm in high school. But when I go back home, there's no blow dryer. Let me just say we didn't have the money. So anyway, I ended up cutting my hair, not because, you know, I just cut my hair because anyways, our parents believed that, you know, doing hair or all those things will just take away from your studies. So if I go home and I did not do well in my classes, they will blame it on my hair. I'm coming home looking good and I failed my classes. So anyway, I cut my hair. And I left it. It was a blessing in disguise because eventually, you know, the edges grew. But I didn't even know anything about age thing. Okay, the second time that my edges broke was just here in United States. So when I moved to United States, it was so hard for us to manage our hair. We didn't know where to go have our hair done. It was so expensive. We did not know of any black people salons. And even if there were that existed, it was expensive. Like cornrows, maybe $50. We did not have that money at that point, or maybe $70 to get braids. Even blow drying was just way too much money. You know, it was expensive. We could not afford it. So we found this lady who could do our hair. So this lady would do cornrows. She was our schoolmate, so she would do cornrows for us for like $20. So we could afford that. So she used to keep doing our hair. But then the cornrows was where you add, you know, some synthetic, you know, the synthetic hair into yours, and you really have your edges so pulled. There was the hair did not have a break. Once you wash it, you go to her and she does it. So one time, you know, what came around, she told us that she will be leaving. So we were like, well, before she goes, let's take out our hair and go back again for her to do it. So we did that. Now this time, and it was so itchy, you know, because they were so tight. So by the time this girl left, when it was time for me to take out those cornrows, my edges were gone. Broken. So later on, I tried to grow it, but then later on, due to some other issues with taking care of hair, you know, doing putting, you know, relaxers and all that, my hair was damaged, so I shaved my head. So when I cut my hair, so I told you guys twice I cut my hair and my edges started growing slowly. So what is it about cutting your hair that makes your edges grow? It's because you leave your edges alone. And I'm not saying that you should cut your hair. No, you don't need to cut your hair. The point is, leave your edges alone. If you have to go to any hairstylist who does your hair, just make sure you tell that person, do not tighten my edges, leave my edges alone. So what I did after that, and after I cut my hair the second time, it was not even cutting, I shaved my head. So what I did after that, I had only one person that was doing my hair, and I met this lady at a beauty school where they can do your hair. It's cheaper. Lady has been doing my hair over until now. So if I want my hair to be done, I go to her. So what I usually tell her is, just leave the edges alone. So if she's braiding, she knows that she should not hold these edges so tight, or just leave it alone. Then I will just put, something on the, put a gel. Once you have your edges left, the second thing that you need to do is make sure your edges are laid all the time. Another point is, do not comb your edges. Just don't. If you do, make sure you're being really, really, really gentle. For the most part, use your hands. Just use your hands and, detangle them with your hands and then lay them. Do not comb it. And especially, sometimes the edges really shrink and curl and all that. In that point, some people will get a comb and comb it. Who does that? No, do not do that. Do not comb your edges. You can use a gel or use some people will get a comb and comb it. Who does that? No, do not do that. Do not comb your edges. Get some kind of a gel, or you can use a gel or use some butter. I mean, like butter for hair butter, or some lotion for hair, whatever you use to moisturize your hair. Just apply it and slowly, detangle it slowly. And even if you have to comb, make sure that they're not stuck in the comb. If you have to comb it really gently, but make sure you detangle fast. The rule of the thumb is, do not comb your edges. I remember long time ago, I used to comb even my nape. I used to just comb it and I would hear it breaking, and they never grow. They're never going to grow. So just don't comb it. Use your hands, especially if you have short edges. These areas, they're very delicate. So even small combing breaks it. So you never see growth. So do not comb your edges unless you have really, really, really strong edges, long, strong edges. But the weak ones, just don't comb it. Use your hand. Do like this. Unless you're from washing and deep conditioning and it's detangled and you're now brushing with a blow dryer and it's all straight, that's when you can comb. But other than that, on the other days, do not comb it. This make sure that it's soft. You need a brush. I got this from Salad Beauty. Just make sure that it's not too rough, it's a little bit soft. And then edge control. So I have this edge control that I bought from TGIN. I castor oil on my edges, and then I lay it with this before I go to bed. And you make sure you tie it all the time, and lay even the back, because that will grow your hair. So for my daytime routine, I use the edge control. I apply the edge control throughout the front of my edges and the back all the way. This edge control has castor oil in it, and it's really moisturizing. So what I do after applying it all over the edges, all the way to the back, I smooth it with the brush that I showed you guys earlier. So I make sure that it's all laid and slick. And then I tie it with my headband at the back. And then I obtain my head wrap, my stay-on satin head wrap that I bought from Sally Beauty. It's also available in Walmart. I wrap it around. So if you do not wrap your hair, or rather if you don't tie it, this edge control will melt and it's going to look like oil. It's going to look oily. It's really going to melt and your edges will unravel and stand right back up. So you have to tie it and leave it for at least maybe 30 minutes. But usually I do this in the morning when I'm getting ready for school, for work, for whatever. I tie it and then go about my duties, make breakfast, to do that. And then when I'm ready to get out of the house, I just remove it. So as you can see, the edges will be laid, and for the most part, they will last almost the whole day. So I like to do it this way. So you can see, look at my edges, the way they are laid and all that. So you can see, guys. So this is it for this video. I will see you guys again next time. I don't know what I will be talking about next time, but see you. Bye, and thank you for watching.